Hi everyone, and welcome back to Total Coins. So in this video we're going to be carrying on with our pre-decimal coin hunt. I keep going to say £2 every time I start this video. We're going to be starting our pre-decimal coin hunt today. So we've got our tub here, sort of full of pre-decimal coins. What I did want to show you was something I've been able to pick up. So I've actually got some new albums for the Half Pennies. And the pennies. So what we're doing with these, obviously they go from sort of certain years, and then they've got sort of information sort of about each of the years. So it's got the mintage figures for each year. So I'm actually going through at the moment trying to get sort of one of these albums for sort of each of the types of pre-decimal coins. I've managed to get the pennies and half pennies from the late 1800s, and I've got some shillings and florins and another one. Obviously the main one I'm trying to get hold of now is obviously the 3p, so hopefully I'll be able to get that one soon. Right, so let's have a look at where we are in our album. So what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to transfer all the coins out of here into their respective albums. So we're starting to get a good set of farthings put together. Obviously, I'd say it's quite an even split between sort of the later and sort of earlier sort of 19th century, or 20th century should I say. So quite sparse on the earlier years of the half pennies. So what are we up to? So that's 1929, that one. And then we do start getting some quite good runs of especially the Elizabeth II ones. So once again we are to fill that page. We're just missing sort of the 1954. We've got a couple of the later half pennies. Obviously these ones aren't classed as sort of pre-decimal, but because they're no longer in circulation, sort of bundled them in, and I tend to get them with the pre-decimal coins anyway. So our 1 pennies, we've got sort of quite a good run sort of going here. We are missing 1904 and 1905. We've got our full page there. We've got quite a few missing on that page. So that is the two 1918s and 1919s with the two different mint marks, and some more of the 1920s. So we've got a couple missing there, 1928, 1930 and 1932. Obviously I haven't put a space in for the 1933 penny, as yeah, my chances of finding that are less than winning the lottery 10 times over, seeing as there are only 7 of them minted. But would be nice to find, but don't think I will be. So obviously we're missing sort of quite a few sort of from here. This page sort of encompasses obviously the 40s and the sort of first half of the 1950s. I don't think we've actually found a single 1950 coin. We're missing obviously 1960, and then we've got the rest of the run right the way up to 1967. So we've got a good start with our 3p, sort of still quite a few missing, but we are getting close to some of the later years. So I think we're missing 1957, 1961 and 1965. Is it 65? Yeah, 1965. So hopefully we can get a new one in there today. Obviously we've got a couple of 6p, nowhere near anything you could classed as a date run. And then we've got sort of our random coins. So a couple of 1900s, a jersey, 1 penny. 1 penny with the sort of the weird sort of bit of metal in it. Not sure whether this is a mintage error or not, but it was still quite interesting. And then a couple of 1 shillings. So, with that said, let's crack on with a hunt and see what we can find. So, first coin out is a 1962 half penny. So this will be Elizabeth II. Yep. So with regards to sort of whether it's a new year or not, if you just sort of follow the annotations up in the top corner, that will give you sort of a bit of a better idea. And we've got our first 3p. See, it's a bit battered up, and it is 1961. So I think it was 63, 65 were the 2 years that we were missing from the 60s, so that's not going to be a new one. And we have, so it's a farthing from 1918. So George V, obviously it's not in great condition. Great big chip taken out of it. But nice to get a sort of a bit of a variety. And we have, so it's a 1917 1 penny. So that would probably be George V again. Yep. And we've got another half penny, so that is 1965. So that would be Elizabeth II again. Right, if you look, this one actually has a mint mark on it. Let me have a look, see if I can see. Yes, it's actually got HP, sort of just there. I don't know if you can see it. On the other one. Okay, seems to be on all of them, or at least on these two. Yeah. Okay, so thought that was something to look out for, but we'll have a look. We'll see what the other ones, if we do get any more, what they've got on. So we have a George V, this will be a 1 penny from 1936. So I think that's one of the years that we've already got. And we have a 1907. Pretty sure we've got one of these because this probably sits on the full page that we've got of 1 pennies, but yeah, it's not in bad condition. It's Edward VII. A half penny from 1918. And that is George V. So it's quite worn. But once again, sort of, you got to look at them for sort of how old they actually are. And we have 1963. So this is one that we've definitely got. So it's Elizabeth II. And we have a 1919. So, quite worn down, but this is George V. Yep. There we go, we've got another Elizabeth II. So 1963 halfpenny. See with the mark just down there. And there we go. So there's our first 1967 for the hunt. One of the, I think it's the highest minted 1 penny out of the sort of the pre-decimal era. So it's Elizabeth II. And we have another Elizabeth II. 1963 again. And we've got 1916. So that is a 1 penny. George V. Actually, let me just. Where's that 1919 one? So, yeah, that's not going to be a new year because I think the ones that we're missing 2 of the 1919s, and they're both the ones with the mint marks. Okay, this is quite bashed up, isn't it? And that's a 1 penny. So not really interested in that in this hunt. But it is a 1 penny from 1971. What have we got here? So it's 1945. George VI. It just looks like it's been sort of worn down around the edges. It doesn't seem to be sort of as much of a pronounced lip on that one. So I think that's, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that one. I don't know what's happened there. got 1938. So that is George VI. And we've got a 1962 halfpenny. So this will be Elizabeth II. And we've got a 1965 one penny. So once again, Elizabeth II. And we have a 1908 one penny. So this, once again, this will be on the page. This will be one of the ones that's on the page, the full page in the album. So that's not going to be a new year, but we never know, it might be better condition than the one we've already got in there. So if it is, we'll swap it out. So it's Edward the 7th. So yeah, nice find there. And we've got a new halfpenny from 1974. Yeah, nice find. Obviously we haven't got that many of them, so finding them is always a plus. And we have a George VI, so this will be a one penny from 1939. So we've had quite a few from the late 30s, so I'm pretty hopeful that we should have some new ones for the album. And another Elizabeth II. And this one's a 1966 halfpenny. And we have another 1967 one penny. Elizabeth II again. And we have a 1952 halfpenny. So we seem to have been quite easy to find sort of ones from 1950s for the halfpennies, but yeah, not the pennies, which is unfortunate. That will be Elizabeth. No, it's not. Sorry, George the Sixth. George the Sixth. Sorry. And we have another 1939 one penny. So George the Sixth again. Have a 19, I think another 1908. I think we've had one of these today already as well. So it's a one penny. Edward the 7th. So yeah, Yep, yeah, there's the other 1908. And another Elizabeth II. And another 1967. So yeah, definitely sort of proving that they're the highest minted ones. And we have a halfpenny from 1936. In really good condition actually. So that is George V. Yeah, really nice condition, that one. So yeah, definitely a nice find there. And it might, or hopefully it's a new year. And we have a 1907 one penny. That is our second one for the hunt. So quite a few doubles in today's hunt. And we've got Elizabeth II, 1966. So good year for football. So yeah, nice find. And 1962 one penny, which once again I think we've had one of them today. Can't see it, but yeah, so that'll be another Elizabeth II. And another 1967. So it's a one penny. Obviously, very, very nice detail on that. Sort of, if you look, you can even see the waves in the water. So yeah, really nice condition. See a couple of little marks on it, but still nice and shiny. A lot of detail on it. And another Elizabeth II, so it's quite corroded, this one, from 1963. So I think we've had that as well in this hunt. Right, so I'll do two more, as long as they're not doubles. And we have a farthing from 1921. So that's definitely a new one. Not sure if it's a new one for the album, but it's definitely a new one today. It's really corroded though, unfortunately. But that is George V. Alright, so we'll do one more. And we have a George V. George VI. Sorry. A half penny from 1944. Brilliant. Right, so a bit of a weird hunt today. Sort of nothing sort of really sort of stood out. As I say, sort of I'll have a look after and see what ones are new, and what I'll probably do is sort of put a comment up in sort of the top corner, Just saying sort of which one I would say was my top pull for today. It's very difficult because obviously I think a lot of them we've already got. But yeah, that's fine. So what I also wanted to say was, obviously I showed the albums sort of earlier on. Let me know in the comments below sort of if you want me to move the coins out of the other album and into those, so it'll be a bit more clearer as to sort of what years we're missing. But let me know in the comments below, otherwise I can hold off until we've sort of got as close to a date run as possible to move them over. And yeah, so if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links will be in the description below. And thanks for watching the hunt today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, bye.